What's up, everybody? Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. All right, guys. So this is a response to my last video, not the live stream Twitch that I put up. The last video, the one where I said Xbox is not failing. I usually I usually I don't really mind when my message doesn't get across clearly, but I think a lot of you are just looking at the title, not actually listening to the video and really paying attention. So I'm just going to stick to the topic and that's it. Okay. Xbox is failing the Xbox Series X gamer. Okay. That is the biggest thing that I want to get across. All right. As someone that has purchased an Xbox Series X and got it at launch, I was always hoping to see the power of this console, and I believed that I eventually would see it. Today, I stand before you very, very, very confident that I will never see the full power of this console. To the point that now, when I look back at my purchase, being honest with you, I should have bought a PS5, a Xbox Series S, and a Nintendo Switch. That would have came up a total, let's see, a PS5 $500, right? Xbox Series S $300, that's $800 right there. Nintendo Switch OLED is $350. So for $1,050, I would have had the ultimate gaming setup that would have made sense financially. It would have made sense just from an intellectual level, because the Xbox Series X, even though it's much more powerful than the Xbox Series S, I would still argue is not being used like that. I would use the Xbox Series S to still play the Game Pass games that I play, which are mostly old games, right? And I'm sure I would have enjoyed a Plague Tale Requiem at 30 frames per second on the Series S at 1440p or even 1080p. I'm sure I would have been fine. I'm sure I would have enjoyed Hi-Fi Rush on the Series S. I'm sure I would have enjoyed High on Life on the Series S. I'm sure I would have enjoyed Halo Infinite on the Series S. I'm sure I would have enjoyed Forza Horizon 5 on the Series S. I'm sure I would have been able to enjoy all those games on the Series S, especially paying less than the $500. That's the truth. When I say Xbox is not failing, what I want you to do is I want you to understand that Xbox is not playing the same game that Sony PlayStation is. Sony PlayStation cares about its gamers. The Sony PlayStation gamers are console gamers. Okay. Xbox doesn't care about its current or its returning console gamers. They're more concerned with getting new gamers, whether it be console, PC, or cloud. And that puts the people that would have purchased the Xbox Series X, which would have been, for the most part, returning gamers, right, at a huge disadvantage. I do believe they care about the Xbox Series S gamers. They care enough to keep pumping games into Game Pass and to keep that still enticing. But you see, if you purchase the Xbox Series S, then you're completely locked into that ecosystem. There's nothing else you could do. But at least you only spent $300. So if at the end of it you want to get rid of it, but you don't, it's only $300, you're fine. $500 is a little bit different. To have a $500 machine sitting there that you don't use is a little bit different, right? So again, I want to make sure you understand where I'm coming from. I understand where you're coming from when you said Xbox is failing. I just want us to identify the actual language. Xbox as a console for sure is failing. Xbox as a gaming company, though, when their mission and their goal is not about the console gamer. It's about getting more games to PC, getting more games on cloud, getting more games on devices. Unfortunately, they're not failing. They're failing for us. So they're not going to compete this generation with the PlayStation 5, which they've been honest about that from the beginning, actually. And I think it's time that if you're like me, you recognize that the Xbox Series X is a failure until Microsoft comes out and proves it themselves. Okay? It is what it is. It is what it is. For what the expectation of the Xbox Series X, what it was, it's a failure. It is what it is. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. I hope you understand now where I'm coming from. So I still stick to Xbox is not a failure. It's a different game they're playing. We out. Peace.